From the outside, Lucas and Chloe's marriage seemed like the epitome of success. He, Lucas, the owner of a growing IT company, was the embodiment of ambition and cold calculation. She, Chloe, was an architect whose career slowly faded in the face of his dazzling success, devolving into the role of the perfect hostess for his parties. Their opulent home was a stage, and their relationship a carefully rehearsed play for important guests and investors. But behind the scenes, Lucas had long ago condemned Chloe. She had become an irritating obstacle to his new lifestyle and his relationship with the daughter of his influential partner, who had already made it clear she was attracted to him. The problem was Chloe's impeccable reputation and the prenuptial agreement which promised her a substantial settlement in the event of a divorce. Lucas needed not just a divorce, but complete and utter elimination. His plan was precise. Gradually, using secretly administered drugs and sophisticated gaslighting, he created in her the symptoms of a severe mental disorder. He kept a heartbreaking diary of a loving husband, documenting every such episode: her slurred speech, auditory hallucinations, paranoid ideas that someone was moving things around the house. He enlisted the help of a top family law attorney, presenting these records as evidence of his wife's mental illness, making their continued cohabitation impossible and requiring her placement in a specialized clinic for her own safety. The trial was short. Compelling testimony, a diary full of disturbing details, the image of a sacrificial husband who exhausted all his strength in the fight for his wife's health. Lucas even shed tears at the hearing. Chloe, in a state of deep shock and chemical withdrawal from the drugs he had discreetly given her before the trial, looked completely inadequate. The decision to involuntarily commit her to the private psychiatric hospital Dawn for an examination was merely a formality. After seeing the ambulance off, Lucas returned to the empty house, opened a bottle of expensive whiskey, and relaxed for the first time in years. He had won. He was free. His new project and his new life was beginning. He didn't expect his phone to ring in the middle of the night, exactly a week later. The number for Dawn Psychiatric Hospital lit up the screen. "Mr. Lucas," the administrator's voice was icy. "You need to come see us immediately. This concerns the terms of your spouse's maintenance contract." "What happened? Is something wrong with her?" Lucas asked, playing the part. "Patient Chloe is fine. More than fine. The question is for you. Come." The next morning, in the office of the head doctor, a man with a piercing, assessing gaze, Lucas felt a slight twinge of anxiety. "Your wife," the doctor began, without offering her a seat, "has shown absolutely clear consciousness during her first week with us, after detoxification, and without taking any medications. Moreover, she has provided us with extremely interesting information." He placed the diary Lucas recognized on the table, but next to it lay another, thin, leather-bound notebook. This is her diary, the one she kept for the last year and a half. In it, with architectural precision, including dates, drug names, which she secretly photographed, descriptions of your procedures, and even samples of her hair for possible future analysis, she documented what she calls a systematic campaign to induce apparent insanity. She assumed you would follow through. Lucas tried to object, but the doctor raised his hand. "We conducted an independent analysis. Traces of the substances she indicated have been found, but what's more important?" The doctor leaned back in his chair. "Your wife was accidentally spotted by one of our trustees, Mrs. Irina Viktorovna. It turns out she's the mother of the very same young man for whom Chloe, several years ago, completely free of charge, designed a project to adapt his apartment for a man with severe cerebral palsy. A project that changed his life. Mrs. Irina Viktorovna is also a member of our institution's board of directors and a well-connected person. She personally insisted on the most thorough and objective review of Chloe's case. And now it will be reviewed. Moreover, her lawyer, provided by the same Mrs. Irina Viktorovna, has already filed a counterclaim, alleging malicious feigning of mental illness, attempted isolation for selfish purposes, and compensation for moral damages, a very significant one. Lucas stood there, numb. His flawless plan, built on lies and chemistry, had shattered against a simple, age-old truth. True goodness, even when done quietly and without calculation, has an invisible yet incredibly strong defence. He'd wanted to get rid of his quiet wife, but he hadn't taken into account that behind her modesty lay a whole network of people she'd once helped. And this network had now woven itself around her, transforming the asylum from a planned prison into an impenetrable fortress. His cruel calculations collided with her silent, yet ultimately all-powerful kindness. And he lost.